Chef Donna here, and welcome to Everyday Homemade. Everyday Homemade is designed to teach you the basics of cooking, all the while making something delicious and homemade for your family. Today, I am going to be making a sausage stuffed zucchini boat topped with Parmesan and mozzarella cheese. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is get our zucchini hollowed out to make our little boats. And then we're going to chop up some tomato to put on top of it. These zucchini boats, my clients just love these, and I've made them over and over again. So I think you're really going to enjoy it too. I removed all the seeds and the pulp from the center of the zucchini, and I'm going to go ahead and give it just a rough chop because I'm going to add this back into the dish. There's no sense in wasting all of that. I've also sprayed this baking dish with cooking spray, and the zucchini boats are there waiting for me. The next thing I'm going to do is cut up the tomatoes, and I want to just cut them into bite-sized pieces. So as you can see, I have all of my ingredients ready to go, so we're going to start cooking. My pan is come up to heat. It's nice and toasty warm. So we're going to go ahead and add some oil. And I'm going to start with sauteing the onions and garlic first. So let's get those in. Put the garlic in. And we're just going to stir that around. And I'm going to cook the onions until they're translucent and softened. So the onions are starting to soften. I'm going to go ahead and put in the bits of zucchini that we chopped up, all the seeds. And I'm going to let that cook for a few minutes. Because the seeds are really wet, I want them to kind of evaporate a little bit, all the juices. The liquid has evaporated from the seeds, and they're starting to stick to the bottom of the pan. So now I'm going to add the sausage. And I'm going to cook the sausage all the way through until it's no longer pink. And I'm just going to break it up with the spoon. Sausage is no longer pink, all cooked through. I'm going to add the tomatoes. Now I just want the tomatoes to soften, so they're just going to take a few minutes until they start to break down. I'm going to go ahead and give it a little seasoning of salt. That'll help break down the tomatoes. I'm just going to let it cook there. I just added a splash of chicken broth that I had in the refrigerator, and I'm just scraping up all the fond, which is the little bits of sausage stuck to the bottom of the pan. This is just going to add more flavor to the dish. So I'm just going to layer it right into the zucchini boat using this little spoon. The oven is come up to temp. It's at 350 degrees, and I'm just going to go ahead and finish filling my boats with all this lovely sausage and tomato. now that my boats are all filled, I'm gonna top them with a cheese and breadcrumb mixture. So I have a mozzarella cheese, get it all out of there. We have a Parmesan cheese. It's a half a cup of both, and then a quarter cup of breadcrumbs. I used a seasoned breadcrumb. So I'm just gonna mix this all together and then sprinkle it over the top. The last thing I'm gonna do is put some fresh parsley right over the top of them just to add a little freshness to it. And then I'm going to cover it with aluminum foil. Now I've sprayed the aluminum foil with cooking spray. That helps the cheese from sticking to the foil. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put these in the oven for 20 minutes. The 20-minute timer just went off, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the tin foil from the dish. I want the cheese to brown up a little bit, but I want it to all get nice and melty. So I'm going to take off the tin foil, and then I'm going to let it cook for another 20 minutes.
It's looking good.
It's been about 15 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and check the zucchini and see how they've softened up. I'm just going to pull them out of the oven. Oh, they look so pretty. So you can see it's all browned up, the cheese is all melted, and when you test it with a fork, the zucchini is nice and soft, so they're just perfect. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take a bite and see how they are. So let's see. I'm gonna cut off a little bit of the end. Ooh, and look, it's so juicy. Oh my God, they look delicious. Can't stand it. I'm losing my filling. I'm losing my cheese. Can't lose the cheese. That's the best part. All right. So here we're gonna go in and take a bite. They're really hot and steamy still because they just came out of the oven. Let's see, I gotta get tomato and a little bit of sausage and zucchini. Really good. The top is crunchy with the breadcrumb, and then the brown cheese just gives it a nice depth of flavor. I also really love the sausage, and the zucchini is nice and soft. I tell you, these are going to be a hit for your family. So today I showed you how to make a kid-friendly meal. I use this recipe a lot in my personal chef business. For my clients with children, it's a great way to get them to eat their vegetables all the while calling it a boat. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like and subscribe to never miss an episode. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.